Yes.
Both of you equally.
Oh my God! If anyone cries, I'll give you $200 cash.
I can cry right now. I just think about dead puppies. Yeah.
You have to cry because of a bee.
Just think about dead puppies.
Yeah,
Not
it's
if
like
you're cold-blooded. Crying is gonna be hard.
I could cry right now if I think about dead puppies.
Have you ever had a
Max
pet
on
animal?
that dying in 200.
Oh my
How many
God!
was
I
there?
don't even
I'm
want to
gonna
know
get
what you were
200
like.
right
We're
now.
talking about dead puppies now?
Who did this? Lily? Oh,
Yeah.
snap.
Notice that ace-7 offsuit in the small blind is normally quite a bad hand, but since
I
Lily's
know-
playing
I know
every
Lily
hand,
won't let Danielle win
Right.
because
it
of the
becomes
small blind, and I won't
reasonable.
let you win
And
just
there's a
'cause.
small blind bonus of $75 if Anderson wins this hand. So,
Doesn't work.
continuing with this hand in some manner
yeah.
becomes very close to mandatory. Whereas normally, you would just easily fold this hand, the ace-7 offsuit from the small blind. Minkin has just nothing.
Never? That's a lie.
Someone in the chat asked, where's Kelly Winterhalter? Is she playing? Kelly Winterhalter is, I believe, teaming up with Space Force to explore the Milky Way galaxy or something like that. I believe she's left poker to
Lily, snap.
pursue something out there.
She's not at this table, sir, is all you need to know.
Check. Yeah, I got none of that. Check.
She's so, I told you, she's so.
This is an interesting spot to check because Kiletto may not pay with marginal made hands. And if she has a busted draw of some sort, she may be inclined to bluff. Anderson goes small, though.
I love when I hear that sound.
This is interesting because we have seen Kiletto make reasonable folds so far.
The board. Honestly.
That said, she may be
can't
tired of
win.
making
I
reasonable
have to play
folds.
the board. This is kind of sad. Even if you have
Jesus,
like
Lily, what are you raising with?
a bunch of shit.
Okay.
As you see, she gets that bonus $75 into the kitty.
She's such a bitch. I like it when she's so bitch like that. Yeah.
I think it's sexy. Keep going, Danielle.
I don't even think I'm
Ah, Jesus.
okay. I don't even
She's
think I'm
beating the
up.
crap out of herself. She's literally,
You have to be up for you to get
every time you sat down, you've hurt yourself.
Yes,
How dark are your glasses?
yes, I put it out there for you.
You're not dark at all. I just have bones that are keep hitting this fucking thing. Nick.
So here's another hand that I'm not sure Burkhart should be raising at this table, given the players are very loose and very aggressive.
Always black.
I suppose she has Kerstetter in the big blind, who is one of the more reasonable of the bunch.
Why is that? It's a casino, right?
She's a lawyer, after all, representing the McVer-Standig law firm. He's my lawyer.
You know what's funny is, small world, is that years ago, Jamie Kerstetter interned at my dad's prosecutor's office. Like years and years and years ago. And then somehow, some way, we ended up hosting, you know, episodes of Poker Night in America
Did you not know
together.
that until exactly then?
We didn't realize it until, I don't know, maybe like a couple months ago. We were just chatting about random stuff.
I thought this
I knew
might
she was
be
from
a
Jersey.
eating at the table, but I guess not.
Well, now she's in pretty awful
Yeah, I
shape.
don't know
Well,
if all
dead
these
now.
other girls are gonna want
Wow.
that. That's what I want.
If you're going to open the King 9, you need to make a boat with it. Wow, check
Pepperoni
back.
black
I'm not a fan of the check back there,
You guys cool
Burkhart.
with
You just
that?
got to go for value.
Yeah, someone looks like veggie. Like one of
If
these girls
Kerstetter has a
want, like,
king, you're going to get
veggie or,
paid. If
like,
she has a
some
9,
shit.
you're going to get paid. If she has a draw, she's probably not folding.
Good check
He
from
pointed
Jamie.
right at me.
I would like
Yeah,
yellow
she has to check here.
peppers.
Like no cheese, no.
Just don't induce bluffs, you know? I mean, there's lots you lose
No
to.
gluten.
Well, Jamie's
you
going
knew what
to
I did.
basically lose the
Girl,
minimum.
bye. You
I'm
know
serious.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There, I
So
think
much
Burkhart
noodle.
definitely needs to bet
So
the
much
turn because there's a lot they can
That's
call you.
better.
And if Kerstetter just has garbage, she's going to fold anyway. She's not going to pay you on the river most of the time. Like she's sitting there
Yeah,
pocket
girl,
sixes.
yeah.
She's not putting any more money in.
King 9.
Most of the time.
Wow, what a hand.
Don't be afraid to go for full
Are
value.
you
though.
always like this? I don't know you
Never.
well enough to know.
Never. Never. I'm
I'm really not
proper,
shy.
put together, and I don't joke around.
I just can't tell if you're sober or if you're just usually
I'm
like
sober.
this.
This is the craziest thing. But I've been. You guys don't want to know.
I don't know, but I would like to
It's
find out.
disaster.
right?
Disaster. No, I'm a lot of fun.
Disaster in like what way?
I'm a lot of fun.
Define.
And for anyone who's wondering if I've missed some questions in the chat here or there, we're playing until about 1 a.m. Eastern Standard
Don't tell me what a good time.
Time.
Oh God.
About a
feel like
6-hour
we need to
stream.
get one
And
of
then
those,
tomorrow
like,
night,
leashes that
it's
have
ladies'
little
night
children.
round
Oh,
2.
you got a monkey backpack?
Yeah.
Because ladies drink and play for free on
somebody
Friday
hook me
nights
up.
and
Those are
Saturday
monkey
nights here at Poker Night in America
Are
in
they?
collaboration
Yeah.
with Seminole Hard Rock.
Sometimes they're shaped like a
Learning.
monkey, or sometimes they're shaped like.
I wish
an
I was a
animal.
lady.
Okay.
Like just on your back.
I
Don't
mean,
you?
you can wake up tomorrow and decide that you are.
Brand name.
Okay.
Could be. I don't know. But they come in different cute animals.
That's a good way.
So
to
here
describe
Anderson
it.
bets the bottom pair.
The little
It's always an
tiny
interesting
one.
spot to bet. I'm kind of surprised Minkin calls here, though. Sevens are not that good.
Yeah, that's a little light.
I mean, she has backdoor draws in theory, but
Well, you just
What
They're
up
all
to
bad.
Seth Darkheart in the chat?
love it.
Long time no see.
I'm interested to see if either of these players decides to run a big bluff here, because neither of them are thrilled if they go to showdown. It's like I'm not sure why Minkin decided to use this hand to call flop and then bluff turn. Just because it's going to not have a lot of equity most of the time. There are many, many more hands that she could play in this manner that have way more equity. So multi-way, I think you just want to fold the flop. Then again, I am not a thug at all. I don't know how to be a thug.
You are definitely the least eligible person to be thug.
I'm not a thug or a meme. I don't know how to do any of these things.
Definitely not a thug or a meme.
A few.
I notice here she does not go for the river bluff. And I like the way Anderson played this. She can definitely check call the turn with an ace, a 9, or an 8. And then she can check fold on the river with an 8 and maybe some 9s. And that makes it to where Minkin can't really do a whole lot in terms of profitably bluffing too often.
They need some music in here, right? They need a little something. It's the hard rock. You guys should have music.
agree.
Yeah, I feel like the
Yes.
stick
feel like I've
shuffling
seen
is too
some
loud.
I've seen you do.
We should do a game where if you win the pot, you have to sing a couple
If
bars.
you- yeah,
If you win the pot, you have to sing like a chorus. I'm out. That's not fun.
K-pop?
I mean,
Can I bust
I'll
K-pop?
just do it anyways.
Yeah, you can bust anything.
Good luck stopping me. You can bust. You do it. I'll enjoy it. I have to win a pot first. That's the
Hey, you
first
just
step.
won a
You
pot.
can-
You just- I would like a couple bars,
I
please.
love Korean barbecue. Oh my god.
Yeah, japchae,
We got it.
cold
We
noodles.
got the best food, the
I'm
best
thinking.
music.
I have to be ready to go.
Let's
I'm
go.
telling you. Korean's my top 3, for sure.
Barbecue? Korean barbecue?
Barbecue.
Yes,
I
Korean
love
barbecue.
All right, let's.
We need Joe Kim to open the champagne.
What? How dare you?
She's the only one called.
I'm like offended now.
Sorry, Lily.
I'm
Sorry.
so offended. I don't like this.
Totally punk
Wait,
fake
no, I
that.
legitimately am scared to open the champagne.
I mean, understand that.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
There we go.
wow.
They're ready to
FYI.
party.
Doing it. It freaks me out.
That's a spot where Kerstetter may
I'm
want to
gonna
bet the
hit
flop
myself in the
with the 2s on the button when it goes check-check, because you don't mind getting protection from basically all overcards.
Got a heart.
And
Got a
when
lot
you
of
face a
heart.
bet on the turn on
Heart.
any turn
lot?
card, you
Give her
can't
a
be too
heart.
happy. I do not mind the call, though, against exactly Lily.
Telling the dealer.
Check.
Jamie's
I
going to need
have
to
a
find
pair.
a bluff.
I have a pair too.
No
Just on the
bluff.
board though, right?
Oh, yeah, ship it. Woo! I'm so good at this
Damn it.
game. So good. Yes. Thank you so much.
It even comes with bottle service.
It's another example of what I was saying earlier, where
I'm just saying, you know.
people are afraid to bluff the maniacs, right? Because the maniacs, we are calling Lily a maniac at this point. She's playing lots of hands.
Actually,
like
can
a
I
champ.
Very, very
do I,
strong,
like, owe money if I
aggressive
walk
manner.
away?
But even then, she's not going to call a river bet with no pair, or bottom pair, no kicker on a 4-flush board. So you need to bluff sometimes, and I think that's a pretty reasonable spot to go for it. Who's this guy, floor man? Get him out of here. It's ladies' night. Go away.
You guys know we're only like an hour in. We've got 6. You guys have to deal with me for like 5 more hours.
Well, we could bust you before
Yeah, we could bust
then.
her. I need to
fun.
double up a
And
few
so you're
times.
going to theoretical sentence
I
at
ordered
me.
a beer. I'm good.
It's not.
Her skill level was optimum for you
I have
guys
goals.
to bust her.
I'm gonna make it 100. Cause I feel like.
Why
that's
did you
what I
think
should
so
do.
hard? I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that, but I'll call.
You have the best hand, for
I
sure.
do have the best hand.
For
I always
sure.
have the best hand. No, she has the best hand.
100%. 100%. She's has us dominated.
Do we ever have anything good?
No.
I mean, this is shitty.
But that flop has my name on it.
I see that.
Check. Wait,
Let's see
wait.
if she's telling the truth. She is telling the truth.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Bottom pair and backdoor
I bet-
flush
no,
draw.
I bet. 200.
Kiletto bets pretty much any time it goes check, check, check. Have you noticed this?
Yes.
It's pretty tough to play against. But the way you should go about exploiting that
Damn it, Jackie.
is
Why?
by
Why are you thinking so much? That worries me. You're not
Checking
supposed to
behind
think
on
in
the
this
flop a
game.
lot.
It's like, just put money on
and then
it.
just not fold.
I know.
Jackie, don't take it so seriously. Keep the game fun.
I feel like Jackie could be on Stranger Things.
Some shit over there.
Yes. Tough spot for Minkin now with bottom pair and the draw whenever she faces a bet and a raise on the turn.
I mean, I think you just throw it in. You say it's Friday night, it's ladies' night.
You mean throw it in like go all in?
Nah, you just call. I mean, you just,
I think it's a fold.
Friday
because
night, and they in this club.
The reason I think this is a fold is because you lose to all the made hands and you're dominated by all the draws. And in that scenario,
I just called
you either want to jam or raise quite large to
Yeah,
make
but how
better
often
hands
is
and
your
draws
draw?
fold.
How often is your draw dominated?
Multi-way, it's dominated a lot. So you need to raise big or fold. If you raise big, you're going to make some of the better draws fold, and you're going to make some of the junky made hands fold. So either you need to raise or fold there for Minkin. And given
She just for sure has me beat, but I can get lucky. on the
Burkhart
river.
almost certainly has something,
Spade.
given the way she's played somewhat tightly.
Oh, thank you. Check.
Well, Kelly would have made her 2-pair, but we don't know if that's good.
I like the fold there from her on the turn, given I think Burkhart probably has a really good hand
In the
most of
Twitch
the time.
chat, OMG, it's variant says Jackie's actually one of the funniest people they know.
She is. She's great.
I would like to see some of this funny side.
Burkhart, I think,
No.
No.
had a losing hand. What does she have?
I saw Queen.
Queen. Queen 9, maybe?
Kelly folded the most.
You also collect this.
Oh, yeah. That's my favorite.
It was a good fold, to be honest. Until the river.
Nice one.
Thank you.
Very nice. Was that just ESPN?
Thank you for the queen. Yeah.
It's gonna make the highlight reel.
And the funny thing is,
they pay you?
I don't watch sports. I don't know where that came from. I hate sports.
Here's the update. Lily just won the small blind.
10.
take.
Yeah.
Top 10, baby.
Jackie, when are we doing karaoke?
Right, have you ever done karaoke?
I've never done karaoke in my life, as you would expect, because I'm not a thug.
I mean,
me and Tuckman, the one game that
karaoke
we
is
come to,
designed
the guy-
for
the guy was
embarrassment in the
dancing, 'cause
best
all he had to do
way.
was, like, fade
And
a 8
yeah,
on the
and he
river.
buzzed.
when we had our
yeah,
rap party
and
for
the 8
poker
comes,
night
and he was literally
live,
mid-dance and then just like falls
we
on the
did
ground.
karaoke.
Me and
It
Tucker were
was
commentating, and I'm like
funny.
watching SportsCenter, and I just was like, that sounds familiar, and I'm like, oh, like, holy
I don't know any
shit.
songs.
Yeah, you know what? You don't listen to music, which
No, I
is
don't.
one of the reasons why you are, in fact, a psychopath. I sang some songs with Johnny Kedge.
He probably knows all the songs.
Yeah, we sang some Pearl Jam, did some Beatles, did some Chili Peppers,
Oh, so good, guys. So
Those
good.
are spicy.
did some
Dirty rat. We're not
Dirty
playing
rat. That's why I'm a
8-3.
dirty rat.
did a song by the Chai Lights.
We're not playing 8-3. You
Low
get
count.
no incentive to play that hand, Lily. You can just
I
fold.
know,
Nothing you,
but I
though.
need to.
Those little almost never do fun things.
Yeah, pretty much.
Depends on your definition of fun.
Honestly,
So
it's fine.
Jonathan likes to spend his time in the bathtub watching Magic the Gathering videos.
That is exactly what I was
And
going
when
to
he,
do tonight.
and when Jonathan's getting out of line, he makes those Magic the Gathering videos full screen.
Lily's the worst.
Lily's so
And then it goes
aggro.
down
I
the
love
line
it.
that
Lily,
way.
you're aggro today.
I got, yeah.
Yay.
Lily's coming in hot.
you very much.
She's like fresh off the plane. Right time for the pussy shots.
Oh God, here are the shots.
What's my favorite?
Pussy shots.
Oh, yeah, pussy.
Our goal is to make none of this usable for TV. We're doing a great
That's
job.
callers. I
I'm going to make it less confusing.
Telephone says I don't listen to music. I sit and read sheet music, which is actually true. I have about 12 books of sheet music in my office.
No. Here, this is for hers.
We got to raise and re-raise.
It always sounds better in your head when you read it than it does when
We got
people
a
try
game
to
here,
perform
girls.
it.
Oh, I am folding.
Thank you for my pussy.
Really? Really?
Good fold there from Burkhart.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
don't like shots yet.
Nobody has to take it. There's no pressure here.
Nobody has to take the pussy. Come on, it's fine. Just a shot, lady.
Yellow.
Except for I'm only drinking as much as Lily does.
Yes, for sure.
And she never does shots, so you don't.
I don't drink at all. Because,
Are you actually gonna do the shot?
yeah, I'll do the shot. I won't do the full shot.
Yeah, I'll be part of it.
How do you do a third of a shot? What does that even mean?
Get our shot on.
Yeah,
You definitely have to get Kelly.
forget
She's got to get drunk.
you guys.
What? You're not taking the pussy shot?
Yeah, I'm
You're
in a
excited
hand.
about the pussy shot.
I'm not
It's right
holding,
here.
guys. I'm just
right here.
some other
I'm in the
options
hand too,
right
but I
now.
want the pussy shot.
You want to do it right now?
No, after.
Yeah, baby,
If
yeah.
you raise, you know you're gonna get our crappy shit out because you know we got some crap.
Thinking
You
about
know
that. It
if
was
you
either
raise,
that
Lily's
or just
ripping
call.
it in your face with any 2 cards.
No, that's Kelly.
Kiletto again makes the best hand on the flop.
Don't pass my rep on.
She just gets it done
Don't
every
pass your
time.
rep on me. I play good cards.
Food is here.
Oh, come on.
What'd I
I'm
do?
supposed to be
There was a
watching.
showdown her 3 high earlier. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
Joe
did.
Kim
Always
electing to
undermine
stick
me.
around with the overcards and the ace of hearts. Which is probably fine against Kiletto.
Oh shit.
She gets a pretty rough turn though.
Range. It's so true too. It's sad. It's really sad. Check.
I think there, if you have a very aggressive image like Kiletto does, you can get away with value betting way thinner than if you have a tight
Ace
image.
high.
So I think in that spot, she should be way inclined to continue value betting. And if she gets raised, she can just fold.
Team beer.
Because people are not
like our
going to
team.
try to bluff. They're not going to try to bluff Lily too often,
5
right?
hours from now better, too. I think
But
slow
easy
and
call on
steady,
the river.
Team slow and steady.
10? Jack 10?
1800 was the bet. Wow. Kelly went for it.
Big bet.
You dirty, dirty.
Kelly went for it.
Oh, I don't know.
Here's your salad, Jonathan.
This looks miserable.
Yeah, yeah, if we're going to be drinking.
All salads look bad.
Is this happening?
That's the tough thing about healthy food is it doesn't look good.
Actually,
Actually, this does look pretty good. They have
Yeah.
grapes in this salad.
Cheers, everybody.
Yay.
You guys want
They have chicken. There's no lettuce.
Oh,
on
really?
here.
Okay.
That's fine.
This is why I have bad
Yeah,
luck.
what did you?
Whoa.
It's actually not a salad. Maybe someone has. They might have mixed it up.
Yeah.
This is me.
They said salad, no lettuce, please. But I'd like a lot of tomatoes.
Maybe someone else got your salad. It's never too late to check.
It's fine. I don't care.
Wait, can we curse on the show?
Terrible.
Of course you can curse.
Pretty sure what we're
Can we
talking
say
about is
pussy on the show? Can we say pussy on the show?
I did already like 6 times.
Oh, zapped out? Okay.
Late. Yeah. It's like,
All right, yeah, Todd, you can use 0 hands so far.
It's the shot.
No hands so far.
yeah.
There's Todd Anderson.
Pussy?
Todd is boss. Todd father.
We're
President
allowed to
of
say it.
Panaya.
We have one.
Hello, Todd Father.
You can.
A couple weeks ago, we went to Todd's house in
Actually, it's really
Minnesota
good.
on the lake, and he dragged us around on a tube until we fell off. It was really fun.
It's fun to be
What is that?
drugged on a tube.
Never folding.
It was fun. It was really good.
How have you ever fold? Yeah.
I think so, but like, what does he say? He's just probably giggling the whole time.
They got it
We're
right.
supposed to include him. Oh, we should have given him the other shot.
Oh yeah.
Chuck us an extra shot. Can we send it back to Jesse?
Send it to Jesse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us what he thinks of our puss.
Yeah.
Kiletto again.
Jesus, Kelly.
Kelly's a little bit vulgar. Kiletto got a great flop, but now Burkhart is about to crush her.
No, not euros.
Tell him that the girls give him.
Not pesos either.
Tell him it's the most action he's gotten in a long time.
What? Shut up, Suzy. I do just fine, thank you.
What was that application you were using earlier?
Bumble.
Bumble?
I call run it twice.
What does left swipe and right swipe and up
I
swipe
know,
mean?
I know, I'm kidding.
Left means no go. Right means sure, why not.
You have king queen?
What's up mean?
Up means more pictures, please.
Also good.
You're a very, very picky man. Though. I saw some of the ones you mocked. You're a very picky character.
I am very picky.
Yeah.
Double up for Burkhart.
No,
Much
I
needed.
was trying to check
I
raise.
would have
Nice hand for
Yeah.
Burkhart.
You had to go.
Unfortunately, she didn't fall for it. And I said,
She didn't slow roll for
check
fun.
raise.
Definitely a slow roll spot.
I don't know what we do with these. These are for tips. But, yeah. This is how I'm counting how many drinks
I was
have.
trying to trap you, you asshole. I was trying to trap you.
I didn't feel like being trapped with that particular moment.
That's how you
Thank you
turn
very
it, baby.
How much is it?
Whenever you are trapping, it's very important to
Yeah,
make sure your
pay up,
opponents
buddy.
are drawing to hands
Pay
that
up,
are in
bitch.
bad shape when they get there that will
Give Jack
still
all my
pay
money
you
I
off.
don't
don't
want
to
here.
you.
That's an
Nice
example
hand,
of where
you
not to
deserve
trap.
that. That was a good hand.
Because, like right there, right?
Right.
Why did you bet
Burkhart's
that?
only putting money in when she makes a straight.
Thank her.
And how does top pair do against a straight? Well, it
Never saw
loses.
that turn.
So that is not a spot where you want to trap. You want to trap with stuff like
To help Lily win.
sets on
Because
super
if
dry
I check
boards
it, then she gets to hit her gutter.
or straights. But even then,
You having fun tonight?
your opponent called all straight draws and pairs. So slow playing is just not a good idea,
I don't think she gets
especially multi-way. There was multi-way, I believe.
I'm changing this to 100. Even.
I'm straddling the button.
always.
15.
15.
What if you guys are terrible?
Yeah, she's like shoved it across the table.
Right? You can't. It's not. You get sued for sexual harassment.
Really not crap raise and
Yeah.
This is I don't want to never trap anybody. I can't. It's impossible.
Just use an alias.
Every time I've done
Todd's
that,
account. Tweet from there.
it's impossible.
I'm gonna absolutely trap.
See, Todd has free reign. Just tweet on his
Selective
account.
memory just hurts so bad that
It
you
is.
remember.
It burns so
She's
good.
not used to having a real hand, and
I
then
know, I
losing
know.
with it is like,
I'm
oh.
so excited. But I really,
What did she have?
I know.
Lily, one
Which
pair
is
isn't
true.
that
You're
good.
right. I never have good hands. I have to make
One
shit
pair
up
is
myself.
just okay. She's like, one pair I got.
She's like, I want to.
Well, I mean, in fairness, it was
Top
you know,
pair?
a good one.
Oh,
With
shit.
top is kicker.
You know how hard it is to get top pair very hard.
Yeah.
Really hard.
In a 3-bet pot
A 3-bet pot, yo.
with a good kicker.
A lot of people keep asking, where are specific people?
Is that
If they're not here, we probably don't know.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
Consult Google or
at me,
Twitter,
bro.
and you'll probably find them.
happening here, and I already made a motion
that.
to like fold, and now I'm just.
Is that the right
Oh, I
answer?
can see this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Let me tell you.
Hey, this is.
We're playing together, so you are done.
Okay, phew.
I'm gonna fold. Hey, I'm either gonna fold. Or you're gonna
Oh, it's like, oh, the sun is real. She showed me a 7, and I was like, Danielle, no. It's another 7.
2
I
sevens.
wasn't paying attention. And I
Not
just
7-2.
It's like, oh, there's 3 people left. I'm like,
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd be a quarter.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Having a lot of
Slippery
trouble
one.
cutting my steak with the plastic fork here. It's just-
All right, what other fun
Jesse offered
pop
me
bets should we do? I'm bored.
A piece of butter for my salad a second ago. He's very nice. He offers me everything he has.
We can change it.
You're very, very sweet man, Jesse.
Do you want a
But
piece
usu-
of my steak?
No, thank you. Usually butter doesn't go on salad, though.
Relax.
Usually.
I know,
Maybe
but
in your
He's
world.
like,
These
let's play for
particular
all of
butter
our
balls
money
look kind
right
of
now.
good.
They really do
how
look good.
much money
Let's
does
do it.
everybody have
Sit and go for rolls,
in their
baby.
entire life? I would like to play for that amount.
Yes.
I'm just over here trying to win some
I would
milk
just die
money
if
for my
Lily went
child,
all in
you
and
know?
threw her earrings in. She's like, I'm literally all in.
Yeah. All of it.
Here's an open
I was in a game
from
with someone
Suzy
who rolled
Stewart,
some
hailing
bunches of
from
Yeah, she told me the story. I was like, what?
forget which
They
beach
were, like,
town
serious about
Suzy
it.
lives in
Almost came to blows.
California, but he's going to
I
open a
was
75.
like,
But
"What
can we
is
get
that?"
called by
He's like,
Burkhart
"That's
and
okay.
Kiletto with 9s and
The other guy
deuces?
texted my friend, he was
I like both of those calls.
Assuming that.
500.
Oh, never
Wow.
mind.
Kiletto turns 2 deuces
Give it back.
into a blufferoni. Weird.
You really don't want to be 3-betting the tighter players when they raise from early position. Just in general, you just want to have like no 3-betting range.
I will attempt to give a try.
Like right here,
They didn't actually bet the water.
Burkhart should not fold a lot, just because she should be calling the initial raise quite strongly.
Then it was a sad story because then.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, that should be illegal.
900.
Coletto is
You
drilling.
have no business 3-betting deuces there and then hitting a set.
Yeah.
That is just evil.
Burkhart is
Oh,
going to get taken for a ride here.
poor Burkhart. I feel for her right now.
Wow, she just folds?
Whoa.
What?
Fold.
with your aggression.
Unbelievable.
Oh, it's me.
That is a snug fold or a genius fold, one of the two.
Jackie's money. Oh, yes.
That's amazing.
This story took
Wow.
like 12% as much time as the last time you told it. Because last time Kim was like, no, no. That dude tells me no. I was like, holy crap.
Now we're drinking.
Yeah.
You gotta get us.
Kim was like, the pot was 12,000, not 11,000.
Oh, Kimmy. If she's watching, I love you, Kimmy. Because you're a terrible storyteller. Oh, and wait, I am missing the best part though. is that after both words ran out and it was apparent that he got like 2 outed and then 1 out, the teammate guy goes, "Catch me outside. How about that?" He's just raking at his fists.
Did he leave after
He
that, or
literally
he stayed?
said he played for like a little bit longer, but not that long.
Kelly's definitely the favorite to say that in this game.
I think
As
so.
she stacks
Yeah,
the
that's.
Oh yeah, I've stifled the urge already.
I think we should. I think we should try and find
Raise.
opportunistic time.
Raise. 100 total.
Still can't get over that pocket nines fold. I would never have folded in a million years there, and I'm just getting stacked. Burkhart just doesn't get stacked and loses almost nothing. Maybe she has a read on Kiletto.
Really shitty, girl.
Good.
You know,
Really
Good.
shitty. Oh,
For a
shit.
complete change of
Check.
pace.
I definitely
pay
smacked
attention to
that
the way
flop.
Kiletto puts the chips in the pot. You all may find something.
Really shit about my feelings.
I mean, she
Feelings, I'm
Just
giving
observe.
you
sidewinders them in there.
Sometimes.
Don't believe me? Oh, man.
No, I
guys are
don't. I
sickos.
think you have 6-8.
You know what? That's a good read. Check.
A little something for everyone here.
What about 10-3?
You have to be very careful bluffing on
Go ahead, Jamie.
paired boards because sometimes the opponents just have a 10 and they never, ever, ever fold.
Oh, yeah. Boom.
Minkin, again. Minkin and Kiletto are the only ones making good hands.
I can't bluff right now.
Minkus.
Really, bitch?
Very thin bet from
Really?
Kiletto.
Yes. Boom.
Chris,
I'll say it again.
Chris, I know you were eyeing her. You told her what I had.
This is Thug Life Hollywooding right here.
You're supposed to be on my team.
I'm on your team. I'm standing right here. See?
Oh, you're on somebody's team, Chris.
Oh my God! I can't believe you played favorites, Chris. Wow, it's unbelievable.
Wow.
I can't believe you. Yeah.
No lie, this has been my favorite life.
Jimmy Bluff It or Mod says hashtag Binkin Minkin.
Sorry for 3 hours.
Whenever someone gives a little speech and then raises,
Yeah, bitch.
Well, there
you
you
just
go.
got fucking real.
Oh, you have 7 dudes?
But you know what?
it might.
She's really balanced because she was talking a lot during that 7-deuce hand.
It's true. This is a little bit different though because she did the talking once she was all in
How much is it?
with a 7 deuce, whereas here she did the talking and then put in additional chips. Those are very different things. There's a book by a guy named Zach Elwood on tells.
Yeah,
3
so
books
are you
actually,
jealous?
and he discusses. There's one book called Verbal Poker Tells, and it explains why those two things that we just saw are very, very different.
A lot.
Yeah, they just had 7 deuce in there. I'm gonna pretend we're not.
Don't have a fucking
That would be the
pen.
smartest thing.
It's really bad, actually.
7 deuce would be a nice raise here.
Yeah, that's not
She
good.
shows the 4. Is that what just happened?
Probably showed the 9.
I think she
guessing.
showed a 4. You would guess the
Rip
9.
and
I
right.
completely agree.
7,
Rip.
20. You bet 27?
Yeah, I bet 27, girl. What's up?
You win.
Thank
Show
you.
me 7 dudes.
You're not
You
sure.
can't.
You know, she was so fast.
She would show if she had 7
So
dudes.
fast.
You fucking had a 10, you bitch.
Oh, she's gonna slow roll 7 deuce. Oh God, she is.
No, obviously I don't have it, guys.
Oh,
Oh,
gosh.
here it comes. Here it comes.
I need
Here
that.
it
I need
comes.
that.
Okay, wait. It's important.
Okay.
There's the 100.
We're getting slow rolled.
We're getting slow roll.
Yeah.
You have 7 dudes again?
Yeah, she has it.
Oh, God. Oh, you have 10
7-7.
10-7. Nope, you have 10-7.
All right,
10-7.
reverse slow rolls aren't fun.
That's where you're supposed to let us buy out for 25.
Yeah, I
Yeah?
we are so
I'll be
sorry.
aware.
The lawyer comes up with that.
Yes.
We would have been suckers.
We should do insurance.
Yes.
Buy out for 50, really. I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell.
Yeah.
She's gonna be doing it every time.
All right.
Yeah. Now
Buyout option in play,
in play.
ladies.
I like the buyout option. It has to be for 50.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
If you show a 7
I'll
or
allow
a
it.
deuce,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
otherwise,
I just want her to play more
Yeah, I
7
just
deuces.
want the string.
I don't think we
I
have
know.
to,
Just to see
we
what
don't
you
have to
think.
encourage her to play 7 deuce.
That's a good
pretty
point.
sure. Pretty sure.
Oh, if I play 7 deuce, I will go to the death, as you guys
I
have seen.
saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. A lot of heart, kid.
Stop. That was only like 400 big blinds.
Yeah, just like 400 BB.
no.
What is a BB anyway? Irrelevant. I saw 1,800 of Lily's money plus the 600 I was gonna win. I'm like, I'm all in.
Raise it up. 350 total.
Snap call.
Jackie, get her fucking ass.
She did already.
Spank her again.
Hurt my feelings.
All right, she might
Set City.
get her butt.
You got aces. Bro, I'm so sorry to tell
This is a reasonable spot to just raise with a set because there are a lot of draws available.
Oh, sweetheart.
That what?
1,200 total.
The problem, though, is that Burkhart's been generally snug, but she did run that bluff a minute ago with whatever she had, so Lily at least knows she's capable of bluffing. I know it looks like she's been on the
Yeah, I
snug
could
side
try
to
for
us.
200. I've done way worse things for 200.
Oh, damn, girl. Tell us more.
Did we put a bounty on the crown?
Can we all like
Some
She said
praise for
200. Yeah, I'll talk about it later.
pre-law school days.
She's going to take Lily for a ride if a
I
heart
put myself
comes.
through law school.
And a heart
Yeah,
did
girl, you
come.
gotta do what you gotta do, man.
what if we all cry?
Don't
Check,
like,
check, though.
Wow, she's down
I would
1,200.
Can't get no value now.
I think Lily needs to bluff on the turn in the
One more
river.
heart. I know. But maybe
Or definitely on the river.
one more
Fire
heart.
the river, Lily. Jesus.
No, she's not calling my ass.
You could have a 5 in your hand. Come on.
I agree with
Jackie Burkhart looks like someone you would like run into in the hallway and like ask if there was bio homework.
Catch up.
If I went all in,
Doesn't she look like she'd just be perfectly cast for like one of these shows, like a high school show, like from the 80s?
those are my favorite kind of girls.
Going down for real.
I know your type. I saw you swiping left and right a second
I
ago.
have to sing the song.
I'm picky.
Oh, is that ours?
That's the first time I remember.
Well, you're a very fine man. You can be as picky as you like.
Thank you.
Cut a boombox, she says.
Oh my gosh, the bartender last night was great.
Oh my God, yes.
You didn't even show me the video.
He was a character.
Danielle, I have one of your hair.
He's working the curtain.
You know what that means?
All that.
I'm keeping this.
Putting a spell on me?
Yeah. This is my card protector, Danielle's hair.
Who remembers the movie Slackers?
Yes, it fell out of your hair that way.
that's good. Yeah,
Yeah, it's perfect.
How have I never talked about this with Jamie? I love Slackers.
Really, Jamie?
This is getting better.
I feel like you're never opening unless you have a hand here.
Girl, you gotta play more hands. Just play any two. Just close your eyes, play any
Do you
two.
want action?
Slackers where...
Alright.
Yeah, that's what we were saying.
Yeah, I got Danielle's
Maybe
hair.
Slackers that
Okay,
the guy
for
has
sure,
like
for sure.
a
We'll
doll
play
of the
together.
girl's hair.
Not really.
I'm gonna chip to you. You have no chips, so I feel like I can.
Yo.
Jamie, do you want to
Bitch Barbie. Yeah.
It's a pretty sweet spot for
I have
Minkin
at
to
least 1/7.
go all in.
Next time it's going straight.
Whenever you flop a good draw or a draw against a shallow stack like this, you often just need to be check shove.
What should I do here?
What do you have?
No, I think you should play the event tomorrow. I mean,
Nothing.
the way I look at tournaments is you can't make $1 million in a cash game in like a week.
I have nothing.
So that's my,
It's like 1,300.
It's a pretty rough spot actually for Kerstetter. It looks
I don't
like an
think you
easy
do.
fold to most people, but there are so many draws available that you at least have to consider calling here.
like $500,000.
Because against the jack, you still have 25% equity, and against the draws, you're roughly flipping. So I think it's probably a call in this spot. Very, very close though.
I don't think like that. I always think.
What
of
if she? What if it's your lucky hair?
It's 100%.
it from
I still
her.
have it. It's right here.
14 years.
Your
And I have
lucky
one
hair.
shit.
And you took it from her. That's not cool.
As you start getting shallower and shallower in those spots, you have to be a little bit more inclined to make hero calls if your opponent is loose and aggressive.
I'm telling you.
And clearly Minkin is.
Chris,
Like
I'm
I
adding
was
2K. 2K.
like, you had the nuts.
Jamie's gonna add on 2K.
Which event was this?
God, I mean, I think. Wonder if we're God.
Yeah, they're serious up there. I can't joke around with them. I'll look like a nincompoop.
Yeah,
They make you feel
Who
bad.
just said nincompoop at the table?
Be up to 50,000 by then.
Great.
Okay, you got it.
Oh no, I'm good. Yeah,
She's gonna run that shit up.
Yeah.
I like Lexi's so cute.
Sounds like Lexi Gavin somewhere off the
Yeah.
off screen.
Assholes.
Oh no, I got
guess I'll
it.
stay.
I was telling the chat yesterday about that awful incident at the
50.
charity
Okay.
tournament when I thought I was filming a weekly poker or daily poker advice on your phone that I thought I took. Remember, and it turned out you were wasted. But
Yeah, I don't remember any of this. That was a lot of fun. I got a lot of good little poker advice. I have a, not necessarily a daily show, but I posted it on my Instagram at jcardchart. Go follow me there. I have little poker advices with Lexi Gavin.
This is gonna be like
lots of other people. Maybe I'll do one with Jesse later.
Oh,
He
definitely.
can give me advice on women.
Yeah.
So if you want to make money, you better call.
When are you going to start backing me, Jonathan? It's like I keep getting all these dope results when you were almost going to put me in the main.
I don't know how to play this.
You know?
And once we go to
I'll have you watch back my stream from the other night.
You must think I have a lot of time on my hands.
You watch a lot of poker.
So I watch a lot of Magic the Gathering in the bathtub.
Told you I can't call her.
It's the only time I watch
if I
content.
flop an
Had a
eight,
couple really good hands
we're
against
never gonna get paid.
Jake Carver.
I thought you had 7
Better?
I told you, you go all in.
What is a Jay Carver?
Somerville.
Glamour. I had one that
Jason
I
Somerville.
Oh, okay, I know him.
readjust, new outfit, new me.
How do you feel about Van Morrison? Are you a Van Morrison fan?
Starting to play
I don't know
good
what a
now.
Van Morrison is.
That's my first card. Like starting right now.
Is that a movie?
Did you add me?
You're getting slow roll by your own hand.
That's great. At the same time, and then take this shot. No, you have to. I think I played good.
I learned what the Sex Pistols were the other day.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that, though.
Alright, I tried.
Yeah,
It
you
just
had
gets
a sick demeanor about you, that's for sure.
One of my friends said that I'm a human blowtorch of capitalism.
Oh my God.
Minkin's fallen over.
Hey,
Get that drunk girl out of here. What the freaking
What
heck?
happened? I
I
know.
know,
It's
Max.
We
Like
give
you
you one
said,
sip
science.
and you can't even control
You
yourself.
think
Yeah.
that ladies cannot handle their liquor for some reason?
Yeah, I love this. Scapegoat number 2. Scapegoat number 2. Yeah, it's her fault. It
This
was
song's
all
called
her. I
Wild
don't
Night.
know what. I turned my head for a
Wait,
second
wait.
and then
The
chaos.
song in the background? You're crazy. I can't even hear the song.
It's Van.
Break the glass or just spill it?
No, she's cut off.
Marks, I did not say that. Jesse said that earlier in the show.
Lexi, pull up a chair right now. Lexi, we have a seat.
Do not
Okay,
put
you
his
wanna
words
go
in my
over
mouth.
there and-
I didn't
Yes,
say
come
anything
here.
like
You
that.
Come play. Come on. It'd be good. It'd be good for the tilt.
Oh, I hear the music now.
Yeah.
I have 2 personas. You may not know this. I have Jonathan Little and Johnny Rotten.
I've heard about Johnny Rotten.
Johnny Rotten comes out every once in a while, and he is a disaster.
I have a friend who, whenever he gets blackout, refers to it as
warm
the
and
Dark
everything else is
Knight.
frozen. I don't know what to do
Well,
about
I'm
this.
Johnny Rotten.
Yeah.
I'm an anarchist.
Yeah, me too. Well, just a
Some
face.
people
Yeah,
just want
I
to
don't
see
know.
the world burn.
Yeah.
It could be that we had alcohol
Not
for
no
dinner.
pair here.
Here we go.
So right.
Not afraid.
Who brought that blanket, by the way?
I was gonna use mine too, and I'm like, ah.
May I?
Anderson's played just like good, solid GTO type poker so far.
These silk
However,
pieces, so cute.
she may
We have little
get a bit out of line
matching
here and
ones.
call down a little bit too wide against. I say too wide. She may call a little bit too wide against Minkin, but it's fine because Minkin's playing way too many hands. This is quite a bad turn for
No, I was gonna put it on my
King
legs.
10 though, so she's probably gonna end up getting away from it.
Because if my toes were warm, then everything else is warm.
Suzy, babe, if you need this,
Your toes are a
let me
good
know.
barometer. Like once my toes get cold, it takes me hours to get warm.
You speak really big words. And you like talk like a child, so I can
If
understand.
my toes are cold, it takes me hours to get warm.
Interesting bluff from Minkin. Again, this is another spot where she just has many, many better hands in her range to run a bluff with that have more
Right.
equity, like any 7 or any 8 or any 3 or any 2 or any 2 hearts. That if you're bluffing this hand, you're definitely bluffing way too much. And you have to be careful doing that against someone very, very good because they're going to call you appropriately. Here, though, Anderson has quite a bad hand to bluff catch. I mean, it's like, it's okay, but it's just not a good
I want
hand.
to do something stupid, but maybe not stupid.
Yes,
I don't think
yes,
you're
yes,
shit.
yes.
I don't think you're shit. She gets very angry about it.
She's kind of adorable. This is so funny.
You got me. That was. Oh my god, that was so crazy.
Oh my God.
You
bluffed
were
you.
nervous. Stop it.
Nice hand.
Oh my god, I'm so nervous.
I floated you with not much.
She won it, yeah.
She wanted to.
I tried to play defense, guys. I really tried. Let me tell you. It did not work.
Hey, are we splitting our money later? Can we split?
Oh, for sure, girl. Yeah, give me half of your stack. I'll give you half.
Yeah,
of mine.
for sure.
Yeah,
As
for
long
sure.
as Danielle's money's
Ready
in there.
for some more wine, Jonathan?
Don't worry, Danielle has reloads.
This is a Malbec.
Are you straddling?
Yes, of course. Thank
I love all wine. Johnny Rotten comes out after about 1:15 a.m.
I love
so
she looked. She's like, are you
I have a
scrapping
feeling
it?
that we may end
No,
up.
I actually did not look before
believe
because
you.
it's either you
Actually,
or
no,
me.
I have to play
That's
poker
why.
tomorrow.
You're not a
150.
scumbag.
I do
Right.
Jonathan Little today.
No.
We could
But if
do
I have aces
a
now,
daily
we're-
poker
I'm gonna
advice
catch
the
your
first
ass
time
outside.
Jonathan Little ever tries cocaine.
I've not done that yet.
Poor Lily. She's so cute. I could never. I could never.
I feel like after you're like 28 years old, you probably shouldn't
Cash
start.
me outside. Cash me outside.
I mean, you're an adult. You can do whatever you want if you're an adult.
I forgot what I
No,
have. Hold
I
on.
can't really.
Oh wait, I got
Premium 325.
Dude, you don't have shit. Snap.
These bets are really calculated.
Is that
all the
collar
time.
full though? You don't know. Angle.
Poker Nemo in the chat says, "Someone please GIF." We got a GIF Minkin doing the curry shuffle.
This is not going. Did it just go check?
925.
This is definitely a spot where Lily
Yes.
needs to be blasting it.
Yes, really. 925.
Anytime you have a good hand against the
I'm all
other
over
person
this.
who is your nemesis at the table,
925.
you just need to
I
blast
don't even
them.
know how many chips I have. Hold on.
Is Kiletto wearing like colored contacts?
Because I think that's a folding amount.
She does have some gnarly eyes. I don't know how her eyes are so gnarly.
I have a nuts. What do you mean? Side call.
I think you have A6.
I do.
Ugh.
Shit. Check.
Safe run out
Really?
for
When I get my flush, you
Minkin.
check?
You don't have no freaking
Really?
flush. You might have a pair.
All right, check.
Jack.
brutal.
Let me see it. Okay. God damn it.
That's not the one she wanted to show
Is that a
first.
win?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're good. Because Kelly knocked my damn drink over.
Don't. You're slow.
Well, that's
Party
good.
foul.
Asshole, show me the deuce.
That I didn't,
Show me
that I didn't
the
even
deuce.
contribute to.
And stating a rule, if you slow roll in a less than 5K pie, you over on 100.
Wait. Wait, no, because
Yeah, I just made the roll.
That's a free roll for you.
I love that.
Yeah.
I got my
Ugh, Kelly's money.
I should make it a bracelet.
Are we even sure that's mine? 'Cause
I don't
I
know.
think it's short.
She might be wearing mine. I'm not
I think
sure.
that's Jamie's.
She has some
Thank
short
you. That's Kelly's
Jamie?
money. From Kelly.
No, it could be hers. It's
Jamie's.
hers.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, that's a bang.
Bang. It's for Jamie. Oh my god, I have Jamie hair. Yeah. Alas. You used it against me.
Yeah, that's
Get one for,
bullshit.
no, this is my lucky hair. I asked for that. What's his name? Men the Master. I asked for his hair and they
The
showered
face
me.
one.
And this is
Yeah.
the second
That
best.
Kelly came here
asked him for
sober.
I'm sober.
Like the hair, like the mole hair.
Yeah, I want. I said, I asked someone.
Stop.
I said, cut it
Yeah,
off for me.
that
I'll
grosses me
pay.
out.
I'll pay. No one. No
What are
one
you gonna
took me
pay?
up on my offer.
I'll
I'll pay. I just need someone to
What are you paying?
obtain it from.
She's like, I can get you one mole hair
we can
by
do
4
that.
p.m.
No, I need that.
One mole hair with nail
specific
polish.
one.
Yes, good reference. I was like, someone will get it.
By noon.
The silence falls over the crowd.
Very rarely do you need a mole hair by noon, but
Wait.
if you're going to cast a spell, I guess you need it by then.
Okay.
Oh, you're putting the hair in the pot?
No.
Oh, you don't want to put the hair in the pot.
That's protecting my
I
card.
think that's a tell if she doesn't want to put the
No,
Oh,
absolutely
the
not.
most effective card protector ever.
100%.
12.
12? Are you?
Kiletto, get
I just want to
real funky with the 8 deuce of clubs.
Show me a deuce and I'll give you the hair.
Oh, wow. That is an offer. You're right about that. You done? Come on, $100. $100.
Oh, nice try.
No, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. Jesus, come on.
All right.
You still get the hair.
Whose hair?
You don't want to give it
I'm
back.
not even sure.
Jamie's hair.
I don't know. You can have it.
Jamie, is this your hair?
I don't know. I don't.
I'm pretty sure.
Apparently, Lexi Gavin's legs are a big hit in the chat.
Hey, girl.
I don't know.
It's not a bad looking pair of legs.
This isn't even the weirdest thing that's happened so
Jamie, I don't
far.
love you that much.
That's okay.
Gotcha.
She's like, please don't.
And it got we add to the.
Yeah, is that add for quite some time?
You did last hand. She hasn't added.
Add?
Right.
And then, yeah.
Raise it up. 70.
Nice. Queen Jack suited in hearts for Burkhart.
That's such a good looking hand.
It's one of the best looking hands.
You can have it back.
I know. I just got one.
Minkin with that steel wheel draw.
When I got hot as the
woman, everyone.
Just trying to bring that phrase back because no one really ever says
No.
Here.
It's called
I like
Ace
it.
4 of spades.
it. Steel wheel in the making.
Hey, you guys, the more you drink, the warmer you get.
That's maybe
Yes.
what's going on.
Coming
The
from
more
a
you
girl
bluff,
who
the warmer
hasn't
you get
finished
too.
her
I know,
shot.
I'm getting really warm. No jacket for me.
Have you finished your shot yet?
No.
Hello.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Is this called a, what's this
But it
called
has
when you make
bourbon
two
in it.
pairs? Is
I
that
don't
called
drink
something?
bourbon. That's a problem. That.
Make up a silly name. Why not? Like a steel wheel.
I see right through your plan.
I
Jesus,
raised.
Lily.
No, I
That
raised
is a
it.
bizarre lead with a 9-5, 4 ways.
I mean, she
She's
knows.
not afraid.
She knows where she stands. She's not like, hey, I wonder where I'm at in this hand.
That is true. The times you want to lead are when you know you can easily fold.
Yeah.
She's drinking.
But
No, I was drinking.
typically you want to have a gut shot or something like that when you lead in these spots.
It's okay.
She has a gut shot on the turn now, though, so now it's time to bluff.
You know what I said? Peer pressure.
You
She's
bet.
so
I called
good.
it
It's
in.
just
And
like
now we
push
said
right
no.
in.
That's
Nope.
because she's doing it to
No.
us. No, she started it. You have to admit.
I told it to you.
You have to be very
I'm
careful
only-
bluffing
she's
into
gonna
3
send it
people
to me.
because
I'm
someone
gonna
is
send
going to have
it back.
something a gigantic portion of the time.
Shit. 4.
Let's see if she goes for the raise. I mean, if you somehow find yourself with a 5, I actually don't hate a raise here. Don't count your outs.
Don't count them out loud.
Really, dude?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's using my fingers.
You're like, I'm gonna fold.
In general, when you're bluffing on the flop with stuff like a draw or a junkie draw, the times you want to keep betting are when you improve your equity a decent amount. And right there she did. So I think if you're going to lead with the 9-5, you definitely want to continue betting. But she just gave up. And to be fair, it would have epically failed that time.
Bum, bum, bum. Can we restraddle? Yeah.
But you know, she backdoors that straight, she gets paid.
How does that work?
That's the thing, you get paid when you get
Like, how and it's live, right?
I don't
And sometimes they
think
fold.
so. Yeah, I don't think so.
It goes this way first.
Yeah.
And then it
Can I
skips you.
restraddle?
It skips you and then it goes.
All right. Fine.
Wait, he's what Chris is like.
Whatevs.
No, I mean, like, I'm just trying to.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the.
Yeah, she
poker
straddled 150. You
really
can
will
do
give
that.
Can I do 150?
You can reshot for 50, and then you can reshot for 100 and re-reshot.
But like in order, not
straddled
like.
it has to be in
yeah.
order though.
I restraddle
she
from the
can-
button 150.
Like skipping everyone in between? Yeah, that seems a little strange.
I feel like we could if we wanted to.
Oh my god.
We do have a straddle for 50.
All right.
So now all of a sudden,
Anybody's interested.
Minkin's got that 7 deuce here. She's going to 4x it to 200.
talking about restraddling for the button for an unlimited amount. So.
Are you criticizing my straddle?
No, yours
Yes.
is great.
He's a shit
Joe
straddle.
Kim with the real hand, ace queen.
It's like
Minkin might go for it again. She has to be a little bit more cautious this time, though, because Kim actually plays good cards. Whereas earlier when she blasted off, it was against Lily, who typically doesn't play good cards. She had ace-king of hearts that time, but I definitely think it's a spot where she needs to be way more careful. Let's see a flop.
Minkin
Probably
obviously,
wise.
yeah, never folding here.
No, you shouldn't fold, but you definitely don't want to blast it in against Joe Kim, who should have a much better range than Lily did earlier.
Well, the good news for Minkin is that a board like 10-8, 4-2 hearts certainly hits her more than it does.
Yeah, now
Kim
she gets the bluff.
And Kim checked this back.
Sorry.
I don't
Joe
mind the
Kim.
flop check. She's going to lose the
If you
hand.
think you're likely to get check raised in that spot, then it's totally cool.
And there's just a lot that can call you that
And
has plenty of
Look at
equity.
this pot-sized bet from Minkin. I can't wait to see the antics when she shows this hand. Here we go. Wait for it. Wait for it. Give it to me, she's saying.
guys.
7 deuce.
Oh. Wait, now is this where we get
Insurance? Do you guys
Yeah,
want
you owe
insurance?
100 to everyone if that's not a deuce.
Yeah.
I don't want insurance.
No, I
Hurry
didn't.
up, we're wasting time. Let's
Okay.
Wait,
play
I
it.
didn't play it. No one wants it?
No.
I'm an,
Oh my god.
Dude, you fall when you're walking on the ground.
I'm not sure.
Here it comes.
All
right, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Whoa.
5.
Freaking owning this game. What the hell?
Wait, who didn't pay? I only got 5.
I paid for sure.
didn't-
Mine was in your
I paid.
stack.
One of you
I
two
paid.
Split it over.
I paid.
All right, I trust you guys.
absolutely
It's
do.
all
Thank
right.
you.
It's all right.
It could just be in the pot.
Thank you. I'll
It's
be right
possible.
back.
Yeah. Someone may have
Dude, you've almost killed yourself sitting down. Do you really want to do that?
Minkin is straight up buckets of fun.
Like run into the table. How are you?
That's what I was saying. I'm like, she's going to die.
And then didn't put it on there.
I'm good.
like ready to catch.
Kelly, she gets over 7 deuces. Oh, I may have put
Gain equity on that turn too.
Dang, girl. Dang, girl. All right, for real. Wait, can I straddle?
Yeah, of course.
Are you new to this game?
Why? The thing that always confuses me because I think someone's button straddling. Yes, I'm new. God, don't berate me, okay? I'm new to this. True to this.
I appreciate your enthusiasm.
175.
I'm so sick of Lily's shit. Just wait. Deuce.
Yeah. You already served me, okay?
Listen, that was just the beginning.
Listen, Linda.
Listen, Linda.
Listen.
All right, I don't even know how I look. I guess only if I'm gonna raise. Never folding. Never.
I know you guys missed that shit.
I love when she's talking to the
There's
people in the
no
blinds.
way.
You guys fucking missed that shit.
You guys didn't make a pair. You didn't even make a pair.
What do
You were
you
like,
know?
oh, I have a pair.
What do you know?
I have a pair.
What you know about that?
You have like, you're from
What do
like
I
king
got?
high.
Tell me what I
What you
got.
talking about, Lily?
King high.
That's
That's what you're flirting with. 875.
Lily again. Not afraid. Like I said, they have to be careful against Anderson because she is just going to find the call down if she has anything good.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I've seen Anderson play some pretty high-stakes games on some other networks, right? I think I've seen her play 50, 100
she
or
plays lots
something.
of high-stakes cash games.
Yeah.
That's what she does.
She's
She's more of the GTO robot type who's just going to
Yeah.
find the call downs as she should. And, well, here she is.
like many, I was introduced to who she was from that poker documentary where she was one of like the 3 people featured. And then
what was that called?
I think it was called Boom.
Yeah, Boom. Yeah, Boom. That was a good documentary, I thought.
I thought so too.
It's stressing me out.
Yeah, she's played high-stakes cash games in Vegas for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
So the question is, does Anderson raise or call? And it's probably close. The thing is, I don't think Lily is...
Oh. Show me 7 deuce. Show me 7 deuce.
She goes with the... Oh, my God.
Show me 7 deuce.
Milk for the kids.
You were
Lily
on.
chips.
You had your ace 5.
What on earth is going on? Milk for the kids.
All the words. She's got all the words. But I got the chips.
I think the way we make poker fun is to just ban all men.
Clearly.
Work when I have it.
I know. Obviously. You play good. You play good.
You play very, very good.
Very, very good.
Easy game.
Floating with an ace.
I've got
Get
nipples,
there.
Jonathan. Can you milk me?
So depressing.
Now
Yes.
I think that's a line from a movie.
It is.
it would have worked if I didn't just,
Meet the parents.
It would've worked if you
Yeah, that
didn't
was a
get
good movie.
there.
Yeah, it would have worked if I just didn't have everything.
It was.
See, pop culture reference. I knew
I
one.
quote that movie often.
But yeah, you can tell me. I'm going to see it in 30 minutes.
2 pair.
So ace 3.
I told you 2 pair. That's enough.
That's enough.
Burkhart.
Information for now.
Burkhart. He's going to open it to something.
Our biology
200.
student friend.
Right. She's like, hey, did you do the homework that's due Thursday?
950.
Jamie coming in with that 3-bet, committing about 1/3 of her stack.
This is nit-on-nit violence right here.
Oh, seriously.
Jamie's not going to be happy when she hears that you called her a nit.
She's played nitty. I don't know what you want me to tell
90
you.
seconds ago.
I even invited her boyfriend to do commentary, too.
Excite me.
He's not going to be happy when he hears that you called her a nit.
I don't know what to say. She hasn't played any hands. And to be fair, when you're at a table full of lunatics, you don't need to play very many hands. I think Jamie's playing well.
She had a game plan. I talked about it just a little bit. I did commentary with her last night. Top for Jamie. Kerstetter.
I believe you. I had
Now for everyone wondering whose legs those belong to, it is an adult
Appreciate your heart. I will tell you
female
that if I
human
didn't
that they
hit the river,
belong
it
to.
would've
There's
been
Lexi Gavin. She'll be playing
I'm not
tomorrow
sure what I
night
would've done.
on Ladies Night, round
Ace
2.
on the river.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I would have done. I would have been in a predicament.
Oh, we've got Jerry Does Graphics in the chat. Jerry will be here any day now, I believe. He's part of the crew.
That's a possibility, but I don't think I do
I wouldn't bluff you and then tell you.
I think you care about my feelings enough not to bluff me.
I like this
No, I would
sizing
definitely-
from
I think you do.
Jamie.
I would bluff you in the game 100%, but I wouldn't bluff you and then tell you.
And that's going to be a good, I mean.
When you're going to find out in 30 minutes.
I'm very surprised Burkhart stuck around.
Find out. But
Yeah, I mean, there's like 0 fold equity as far unless Jamie has straight air city. Now she can just put. Interesting. What does she hold? Oh, those are red chips for tipping.
So this is an interesting spot because now you actually do beat some draws, not very many though. And it's just so easy for Kerstetter to have an overpair or a queen, like king queen or ace queen, right? So
Right.
brutal spot, which is why you want to just fold the flop. Because
And I mean, Burkhart's getting the way more of the right price. She has to actually call here. She's getting 4 to 1. She's got 22% equity.
it's close.
She'd be burning what, 3% if she folded?
She has about 20% equity, it depends on what she's against, right? If she's against kings or
Well,
aces.
the actual realized equity, like in this
We
exact
don't
spot.
know what Kerstetter has.
We can see all the cards, Jonathan. They're right here on the bottom left of the screen. Jamie has ace queen, and Burkhart has a king of clubs and a jack of clubs.
We'll have a little poker lesson for everyone right now. Burkhart has to figure out the range Kerstetter has, which in my mind is aces, kings, queens, ace queen, and king queen. A lot of those really dominate the king jack because the king is not live, right? Also, Kerstetter may have the nut flush draw, which you lose to. Or, you know, she could have something like king jack suited, but
Knit violence going on.
she's probably not. Hey, I just said that. It's probably not.
I guess you're off the hook now,
Yeah,
Jonathan.
I'm thinking. I said what they were thinking. There's probably not a whole lot of worse hearts that are getting 3-bet pre-flop, unless Kerstetter just decided to get after it with like jack 4 suited, which I would not hate, but I don't think she's doing it.
You need to start drinking. That's what you need to do. What are you doing? I'm drinking, girlfriend.
It's a very, very, very close spot.
I heard all the guys really bitchy about it.
That's a 9 Thank you.
Do you want to do a dance on the chair? No? A dance on the chair? This is for Kelly.
Kelly's in a league of her own. She really is. So I think we just skip her for, so it'd be yours.
She's right here.
I'm here. I'm just chewing.
Oh, the pizza's here.
No, there's not. Nothing's
I
over
think
here.
that's
I'm
probably a fine fold, but if Jamie knows
Did
that
someone
Burkhart's
add my,
floating that wide on the flop, she should definitely check the turn to induce bluffs.
Well, I want to make sure I don't want to assume. And then
But I don't think you can expect her to be floating
I
that
think we're
wide.
playing till 12:30-ish or something like that. 12:15 we drop our hands? Why can't we go 12:30 we drop our hands?
Come on, guys, let's just play until we all pass out. It'll be fun.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Woo! I'm all for
Judging by
it.
the table talk, we're like 17 minutes away from that.
Have you partied with me before, Jamie?
Oh,
We are
My-
a
yeah, I
long
was
ways from
gonna
that.
My liver like still hurts.
We're not even close.
is there karaoke happening in real time? I think there is. Wait, doesn't Lex?
What's your stack? Thank you.
Kelly's like, not enough.
That changes everything.
Come on, Kelly. Talk some shit.
I've forwarded all of your leg compliments to Lexi Gavin. She says thank you very much. She appreciates it.
I ain't got shit.
We know, Lily. We know.
I know.
It's good to know you have fans out there.
Not bad.
Burkhart with another
I give up. You're too good.
somewhat marginal spot, but luckily she just gets away with it.
Lily, why don't you ever tell me that?
I told you that. Kelly. Oh, Hawaiians? Yummy. I think I need to eat something.
Just do it next time.
Pass me a slice.
You just do the next one.
Can you pass me a slice?
I'll just pay it. I'll pay it.
I got it.
Wasn't it on your hand? 2 3 10 2 hearts?
It's good. I got it.
Okay. So we can just do it the next date if you want to. I'm changing this.
Those are the options?
Yeah.
Okay, pepperoni.
Hawaii. Really?
What's Hawaiian? I don't know what Hawaiian. Like
Hawaiian's
just
delicious.
pineapple?
It is
And ham.
delicious. How dare you? say
Hawaiian
that?
pizza?
I choose pepperoni.
Everyone in the chat, do you all enjoy
I like pepperoni.
Hawaiian pizza or not? It seems like it is a very
Just trying to
polarizing
warm
pizza.
up.
Oh, wait, what are we ordering?
No thanks.
Oh, it's here.
I'll have some in a little bit.
I personally don't mind it. However,
There's the cape. Oh my gosh.
I know many people who think it is
the hero
horribly
cape.
Oh,
bad.
I have mine on my leg. Should I wear a cape too?
Yes, let's go.
For hero calling?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No.
We can pass
Joe Kim, you cannot hero call if you only play good cards.
You're right.
I love it.
The fuck is my cape?
Okay.
It's so
Not this
cute.
time.
Is that the blanket?
Yeah, it's so nice. I gotta make sure it's not on my microphone.
Yes.
You're too quick.
Err.
That was so good.
That was amazing.
Oh, we did it. She did it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that is such a good check.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's a lot of outs.
I bet 200.
So Kiletto's doing this thing where she's value betting very thin a lot of the time. And I actually don't think it's that bad if people are going to call you really light.
Dude, it's
but it
so
does
comfy.
leave you on the river
So
in spots
comfy.
like this where you have like just
Yesterday,
junky
I was
middle
slumming
pair.
it with the hotel blanket in the booth.
If you show me, then I believe you.
So you have to be very careful in that spot calling or betting the turn too wide, especially if you're against an aggressive opponent on the river. If it goes check on the river a lot, that's fine. That's ideal. But Minkin is the exact opposite of like a weak, weak tight player.
Yeah.
So I think you have to be careful going for thin value.
Your
against
throws
those
are getting
players.
much better. Last time I almost had to lay out for it.
I didn't know about that.
It's the cape.
Yep.
The silky cape from my good friend Katie.
Is that really her company? Your friend's company?
Yeah, she makes
Wow.
Wait, she
silkies.
makes
It's
blankets?
adorable, Yeah.
Cape blankets.
Mm.
Okay. Trying to feel my face.
What's her company name? Give it a shout out.
Yeah.
No, I don't yet. I should know.
She's watching the stream. She's like, come on, Suzy.
Jesus.
Silkies by Katie. I don't know. Text me. I'll get
Tilted.
you one.
Tilted.
She makes really cute ones.
Lost like 2 hands in a row.
Like baby blankets?
Yeah. Yeah, they're really
You just don't love going after Jackie's trip.
cool. Like an adult baby. So
Jackie and Kelly.
Not at all.
how old are your kids?
I just have one. He's 10, almost 11.
Oh wow.
Damn, girl. I know. Make me feel old.
You guys live in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
How old is your? You said your kid was going to Europe.
Brutal
and stuff,
turn
right?
for Burkhart.
Recently?
She
Your kid went
certainly
to
could have gone
Europe?
for a
Oh,
small
you're trying
flop
to
bet
say
just
yeah.
for value / protection.
How old are you?
Wow.
24 and 22.
But anytime the turn brings an ace, king,
She had those kids
jack,
when she was
or
like
10,
8.
13-year-old.
Yeah.
you have to be very, very careful.
I'm like, wait.
You
You adopted your brother and sister? Okay. That's yeah.
Good for you.
For some reason, Lily is the villain, and Burkhart's the hero. I don't know why.
This is all yours, Lily.
Everyone's trying to destroy Lily. I feel bad for her now. She's like the underdog, sort of.
Momentum.
This is it.
I feel like we need another prop bet. Okay. Come up with good ideas.
My turn? Oh, no.
When
I was like, I didn't think about anything.
You're gonna win this spot.
Yeah. All right.
I like this
I'm
small
tired.
blind thingy. What's this called? The D-Moon?
Shuffle?
Hey.
We'll call it the
Oh, I have a good idea.
open.
We can do a bomb pot.
But you have to take a shot if you're gonna sit down. You have to do a shot.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Let's do, we do a bomb pot every new dealer?
Good.
Every note a bomb pot?
Are you sad now?
What's the amount?
Is how much?
I was
What do you do?
You were the only one who went bumps. I feel like we would have had like
Wow. So someone goes all in on the flop.
Maybe 100 is a little.
Yeah, I think it 100.
So it's like a flip, but you get to play post flop?
But then 25 is too small.
It's like an Annie, but then you go straight to the flop. There's no pre-flop rate. So everybody has
Okay.
a card.
Anybody can have any 2 cards,
Okay.
which is like.
How about 50?
Wow, so we all get to be like Lily
like-
for one
The
hand.
problem is, it's not fair because
Because
Yeah.
like you're in a
whoever's
bad
position
position.
is gonna like.
Yeah, we
No,
have
it's not
to
even
add
that. It's about
on.
small stack. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just get it in there.
Yeah, we might not be able to do that. With
Yeah,
small stack.
I'm super small.
You do one for like
It's
50.
your advantage to not- The deeper the stack, the
You guys said free champagne and food. I just showed up.
That's
all I need to
cheer
say.
really loud.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Your bag's open.
Okay, thank you.
And there's a lot of rebuys in that bag, so.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah,
Wait, I didn't know you were gone.
Yeah, I went and got a coffee, went to the bathroom.
Yeah, not on
I'm
you,
pretty
Jen.
sure neither of us are needed here today.
I mean, this has been one of the funnier tables I've seen in a while. I'm so entertained. And I guess like sneak peek spoiler, like I originally got up because there was some incredibly loud singing going
Don't
on.
say it. Don't say it. Don't spoil it.
All right.
No spoilers. Everyone, wait at least 15 minutes, and then you'll have a nice show. Checking with the producers. Can we spoil the show? No,
I
don't
think
spoil
it
the show.
spoils it.
No, it's
I
building
want to
anticipation.
get in this game. I'm like itching to play right
We got a lot
now.
to live up to tomorrow.
You're not a lady. I know. You're nice like a lady, but you're not a lady.
I am really nice like a lady. Let's see what's going on in the chats here.
Some of these
It's
ladies
like
are
8. Yeah.
not so nice.
I can confirm that almost all these. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty tight with Joe Kim and Suzy and Jamie. We've all bonded plenty of times before. They're all very nice. I mean, Jamie's mean, but in like the best way. Like she'll rip me apart, and it's fantastic.
Can Kiletto do anything with these absolute diapers?
Whatever, they can edit it. Give them something to do.
Wow. Talk about running pure.
Oh, sheesh.
In the chat earlier, Ashley said that Lily is just drilling every board, and she did it again. She had to only get a king, not a diamond, and she got it. So, does Anderson bluff this? I think it's
also kinda
close.
mean.
Really?
She decided it's close too.
Like she literally dances in your face if she wins like $200.
Yeah. Bully.
In your face.
Am I being a bully?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
We love you, Kelly. Kelly, we love you.
Okay, I feel bad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I have a small Kia.
Secretly hate me a little, but love me though.
But love you
Okay.
more. I love you more.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Lexi.
Oh
You didn't even have a Danielle's chips.
So that's literally that's a 2-outer.
Wow.
That's a 2-outer, Lily. Jesus.
Moon did not enjoy that.
Oh my god.
I believe that's Danielle's chips. She said you can have them.
I've never seen someone make it rain chips on themselves.
Yeah.
She's like, that was awesome.
Yeah, this is so great. Oh, I'm so good at this game. I am
so good, Lily. Oh my gosh.
Just like owned it, you know?
How screwed were you?
Man. Ladies' night is getting out of line, and I like every second of it.
Oh man.
Some chatter in
Lexi,
Twitch
next time
calling
she's
for
dancing,
Wino. They want Kayla,
I
Wino
have like a small
girl
Kia
at the
sedan
table.
from her.
She'll be in one of these eventually. She played on her stream a couple months ago.
That was the only.
If you're trying to figure out who that is,
That was
Google
the only
Wino
feels like,
on
right?
Google
Yeah.
and see
Right.
what comes up.
Her last name is like
And I take 7, I'm like, oh man, she gets 6. I'm like,
Vugid.
Type WINO and see what comes up. That's who we're there rooting for.
are you playing
Trips for
This is
Anderson.
a great lineup.
Quads.
Just
for Anderson.
quads.
This is actually a pretty dicey spot for Burkhart because she does have a bluff catcher.
Yeah, because if no one's betting ace high here, so queen high is, and as you said, a bluff catcher.
It is a bluff catcher. Question is Anderson going to be bluffing here too often?
Pull up a chair. Let's make it
So dirty.
I don't know. I definitely don't mind calling here. And even if you're wrong, sometimes you make a flush, which does have some value.
I know.
Not a lot, but
That's
some.
sheds.
But Anderson has quads, so
Yeah.
not. Wow, Burkhart's going for a
I
lead.
thought that was all skills. I mean, how can you deny me?
Well, I mean, I don't actually hate it. Thing is,
What are you leading here?
well, let's say that Anderson had a hand with some equity in a draw, like a ace jack or queen jack or something.
Yeah,
like
she's calling.
maybe not though.
All right.
I mean, she's got to give herself a chance to win the hand.
I don't think you do. I think you have a bluff catcher and you catch bluffs.
Here's the Razoroni from D Moon Girl.
Raise-a-roni. That's an interesting spot because you're trying to get called by a 10, like squarely a 10, right?
Yeah.
So she went quite large. And it was kind of fast. I would tell Anderson here to make it a little bit smaller in that
Oh
spot.
no,
Yeah.
I'm in.
And
I need them both in.
maybe take a little bit more time.
Yeah, I want more
Not a lot,
action.
just a little bit.
I need them both
We
in.
need them in, actually.
People in the chat still asking about Kelly Winterhalter. Kelly Winterhalter has retired from poker to go microdose in the Appalachians.
She's in outer space, I think.
Yeah.
Hi, Kelly. We miss you.
Bye, Bo. Bye, Bo.
Did Abby win that Sadie? Does anybody know?
See you tomorrow.
We do have Lexi's legs still there, though.
Okay, next door.
Daniel's hand is dead. Muck it. Your hand is dead.
Thanks, love.
If you play it, you're a scum.
If you stand on your chair.
Stewart gets a pair of sixes, and she is going to run into the ace and the
Actually, in
king.
real life dead.
Let's see
We were both going to save your life despite your behavior today.
I wasn't gonna fall.
if she finds her way all in with these
Zero
sixes.
credit. I'm agile. I'm very agile.
You're like a cat.
So ace king here
Yeah, cats
For-
get injured sitting down all
for
the time.
Danderson.
You're in a good mood. You're very.
So as you have played a tighter game, when you
Susie's
face
got
aggression,
2K. There it goes.
She's like, I got this.
you have to be very careful jamming this wide with sixes.
I've done this.
I mean, she hasn't got a lot going for her yet. I don't.
Well, what I'm saying is that as you have been tight, and she has been a pretty snug player so far, she just hasn't had any cards.
Yeah. Oh, nice flop for
When
Suzy.
someone does 3-bet you who is reasonable, they're going to have something really good.
Bad turn for Suzy. Yeah.
So I think Susie's going to be in quite bad shape against Anderson's 3-betting range there. So I think she should probably just fold pre-flop, even though clearly she was flipping, and if she knew she had ace king,
Right,
she'd
right.
be in. But you always have to think about your opponent's range. And
I'm stuck. So.
Suzy's going into the money bag.
Oh, okay, we'll stop.
how does everyone have a money bag? I need to get a money
Danielle,
bag.
you're so
I don't know.
lucky.
You know what girls don't like, I found out? They don't like when you call their bag a pocketbook.
Rat, you got it?
Well, it's not a book of pockets.
Yeah, but like,
Pocket
remember pocketbooks? Like, that was definitely a thing.
Is that like a trapper keeper?
No, that's Lily.
Yeah. I guess, like, moms have pocketbooks while, like, young ladies have bags.
I'll pick
I feel like that's more.
That was
Or
one thing
wristlets. They have
I
wristlets.
never understood. Like, the infatuation with designer bags.
Yeah, if you can cry within like a minute of getting stacked or losing a big hand, I'll give you $200. Cash. That's kind of
When's the last time you cried, Jonathan?
I want to see
Foxwoods.
Yeah. wanna
I
see
took
here.
7th place at a WPT. I got it all in, second in chips against the chip leader. 7 people left in a 10K. I had kings against ace jack. It came blank, 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 ace. And it felt like I got punched in the face.
Cried on the spot?
I had my sunglasses on. Nobody could tell.
Oh my
But
God.
I literally felt like I got hit in the face with a bat.
You guys heard it here first. Jonathan talking about the last time he cried. It was on television, I think.
No, it wasn't. It was on the bubble of the television
On the
televised final
bubble,
table.
so you did make the final table.
Yeah, and that would have been me defending my title from the year before.
Wow.
So I would have had like 80% of the chips,
5-minute break.
6-handed. Instead, I was just out in 7th.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so that's the only time I ever cried at the poker table.
That's amazing.
I didn't enjoy it.
500, 1K heads up.
Nobody knew though. It was like half of a tier.
Lily, I feel like could do
Can
that.
I buy action?
For sure.
I've never
like, "You're too
cried
much for me."
playing poker, but I've broken one laptop by accident. And
Sometimes it's cheaper if you break the laptop.
I was using my dad's work laptop, and I, like, banged it, but, like, not in a hard way.
Yeah, you
like,
can't,
I
like-
smacked it. Like,
That would just be
I
sad.
smacked it. Like, I bopped it,
Okay.
and then, like, the next day, nothing
Yeah.
was working, and I was like, no, it beats me.
Thanks for taking care of us, Todd.
But in college, I definitely put, like, one hole in my wall, but because I knew that the walls were really thin, I was playing on, like, Pacific poker. I was playing $500 heads-ups, just like they were nothing.
Oh yeah, I should.
Yesterday I was
And,
commentating and I heard so many guys peeing. I was like, thanks, guys.
Punched a hole in the wall.
Where's everyone going?
The blonde was too much to
Well,
keep
if one
up.
girl goes to the
Yeah, how do you
bathroom,
turn
it's
it off?
girl
Can you
code that they
Ah,
must.
that's how it happens. One time, I've never broken a computer, but I broke a table. I was sitting on a glass table, and I was playing 16 sit-and-goes, 16 $200 Ryan sit-and-goes, and I lost 12 of them in about 1 minute.
That happens a lot.
And then I banged my mouse on the glass table, and it shattered the whole table.
Okay.
So then I set my laptop on the frame and finished my other 4 sit-and-goes.
I
And I
can-
won all 4 of those to break even.
Nice. I can slightly beat that story.
Minus the table. I had to pay for the table.
I was 8-tabling when I was living with Stapes in Hoboken.
What is a Stapes?
A Joe Stapleton.
Okay.
And so I had my coffee mug in my right hand, and I had lost a bunch in a row, and I was getting kind of fed up. And I banged the coffee mug down on the desk, and it shattered in my hand and sliced off like half of my finger. And I couldn't get it to stop bleeding, but I had to finish the game. So like I wrapped it up with like a sock or whatever was near where I was sitting, and then played the rest of the games left-handed, and then walked over to the ER, and they just like glued my fucking finger shut, like all sloppy.
I was wondering what was wrong with you. I saw when you were swiping on Bumblebee that...
You guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, how about this video next? Or what about this one?